Pessoal, boa noite a todos. A gente vai fazer uma introdução em inglês, porque a Lisa está aqui com a gente, tá? E depois vocês podem ficar à vontade para perguntar para ela e entender um pouquinho mais sobre a plataforma. So I would like to thank Lisa for joining us today. Our main objective during this meeting is to show the IMA platform to the students who have been selected for the FIPECAF Scholarship Program of memberships of the IMA. I would also like to remind you that the cooperation between FIPECAF and IMA reaffirms our commitment to internationalization, okay? So feel free to ask Lisa any questions you may have about the courses and the platform itself. Professor Anson is also with us today, and I believe he can add something before Lisa starts the presentation. So Professor Anson, do you like to add something to the students?
Thanks, Luciana, boa noite a todos. Pedir licença também aqui para rapidamente mudar para o inglês. So good evening to everyone. I'm really happy to see you guys in this moment, in this event. It's really very important for us from the FIPECAF school to being partnering this initiative with IMA. So I'd like to thank Lisa for being here tonight, and talk to you, to our students, and also thanks her for making this initiative possible, right? So this is, as I said, very important to us. I also like to thank Luciana and Pascoal, as they were responsible for articulating this initiative, and also Graciane, that provide us with support during this process. And most importantly, I would like to congratulate each of you. I think being an IMA member, it's a very valuable opportunity for you in terms of career, and the opportunity to have access to all the resources that Lisa will show us tonight. So I think this will for sure make a difference in your career. So this is the few words I would like to say. And also, I think if you have questions and you don't feel so comfortable in asking them in English, so you can feel free to write down in the chat or asking in Portuguese, and I think Luciana and Pascoal could help and translate it to Lisa. Is that right, Luciana?
Yes, that's right.
So enjoy your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anson. So Lisa, feel free to start the presentation if you want.
Okay, thank you. And I'd also like to thank Professor Anson, Luciana, Pascoal, and Graciane for help.
Graciane, it's a name difficult.
My name is very complicated, sorry.
But even in Portuguese.
Graciane, I'll let you hear.
And it's harder to speak than Pascoal, Lisa.
So thank you all for making this happen. For the students, we've been working for this for a few months actually to get you set up with this membership. And I think you should be very pleased that the FIPECAF leadership is supporting you to have access to these resources and courses and webinars. These are, as mentioned already, these can all help you with that goal of becoming more international with your career and in your knowledge. And it can really connect you with a network of accounting and financial professionals all around the world. So I'm really pleased to be here this evening, and boa noite todos. I've been to Brazil a few times. I have to say my Portuguese is not so good, but I learn a few little phrases here and there. My name is Lisa Bowden, and I work for the Institute of Management Accountants, or IMA. I started my career a long time ago, and I was working for IBM Corporation as my first role, and I was in accounting and then worked in some finance roles also. That's where I was introduced to the IMA, and I earned the certification, CMA, Certified Management Accountant. I also worked for Ford Motor Company in a variety of financial management roles. And I've also was a professor for a while, teaching at a university. And I've been with IMA now about 15 years. But I have to say, I've been a member for almost 30 years. So it has really helped me throughout my career. I've had a sort of a non-traditional career path doing different things, but it has really helped me and been a constant throughout my career. So here's what I'm going to present to you today. I'm going to tell you about your IMA membership. Your membership with IMA has been activated. I do hope that you have had a chance to log in, but even if you haven't, I'm going to show you how to do that today. And I'm actually going to take you to the IMA website. We will log in with my account so you can actually see exactly what the steps are. And we'll make sure you know how to get onto the system, how to look for different courses and load them to your profile, take the courses, and also learn about other resources as well. I mentioned here we will allow time for questions at the end, but feel free to type them into the chat function. At the end, when we have questions, I'll read what's in the chat, but you can also take yourselves off of mute because this is not a very large group. So you could unmute yourself to ask the question. And if you want to ask it in Portuguese, Luciana can help to translate it for me as well. So I just want you to feel very comfortable to ask questions here. So before we get started, when I'm speaking to students, I like to tell them, you know, here's what employers, companies are looking for when they are hiring professionals. They're looking for skills in a variety of different areas. Budgeting and forecasting skills are very important. Business partnering, that means when you're the finance or accounting person, but you work with other parts of the business. You might work with marketing, with the information systems people. You might work with sales people. And so you're really getting to know how the overall company works. Communication and leadership skills, we always hear about this. Everybody needs good communication skills, presentation skills, writing skills, but also leadership skills. And those change during your career. Leadership skills when you first start your job are different than the leadership skills you need when you're, say, the controller or CFO. Data analytics and visualization. We're hearing a lot about data analytics and visualization and also other technology skills and performance reporting. So these are some of the things that we are hearing from employers. And IMA really gears, we aim to provide content to our members that can help them to improve their skills in areas that employers are really looking at. So let's talk about your IMA membership. First, a little background on IMA. IMA stands for Institute of Management Accountants. We are a global network of over 140,000 professionals. They're all people who are working in the accounting and finance role inside of a business generally. So when I was working at Ford or IBM, I was working under that CFO's team. It's a big company, right? A lot of people under the CFO, but we could have people at smaller companies, at nonprofits, you know, they're doing budgeting work and forecasting and all sorts of financial, you know, quantitative and analytical tasks. And those people could all be members of IMA. We have more than 140,000 members around the world. Our headquarters is in the US, and we also have offices all around the world to serve our members. And IMA creates a lot of different professional development offerings. I'm going to tell you about some of those. And we also offer the CMA, the Certified Management Accountant exam, the one that I earned many years ago. It's something that you could earn too if you are interested. So let's talk about your membership benefits. You all have a membership account, and I'm going to show you how to access that. As a result of being an IMA member, you have access to a lot of different resources. We offer webinars every month, about 4 to 6 webinars every month, and those are free of charge to you. And they focus on some on leadership skills, some on more technical accounting topics, sometimes on technology topics. They are usually offered at 1 p.m. or 1300 US Eastern time, which for right now in Brazil, that would be 2 o'clock or 1400 in the afternoon. And they usually last about 1 hour. So you can just, you know, carve out 1 hour to learn about something new. We also offer many online courses. Most of them are free for you as a member. That includes ethics courses that are created for financial professionals. we have a career driver planning tool, which is really interesting because what this allows you to do is, let's say that you are just starting your career and you are a accounting analyst or financial analyst, but you're thinking in 5 to 10 years, you'd like to become, say, a controller or an assistant controller or a CFO even. You can use this tool to help to create a professional development plan for yourself. You determine which skills you need and how you will acquire those skills through learning resources. Some will be IMA resources. Some might be external things that you would do on the job, books that you might read that you could purchase on Amazon, for example. So it's a really great comprehensive career planning tool. And you have access to all of this free of charge. We also offer networking opportunities. And with COVID, a lot of our networking opportunities, they went to virtual, right? But there were some really great benefits to that. We saw our IMA chapter in Switzerland, for example, partnering with a IMA chapter in China, having a joint event, same time, and having a virtual event. So it created some great opportunities. You will become part of that network of about 140,000 professionals around the world. And we are also thought leaders in finance and accounting. As members, you will now receive IMA's Strategic Finance magazine each month in the mail. And we also have a lot of reports and research on best practices in the accounting and finance area. So I wanted to show you some examples of the courses that you have access to. Now, most of these are free of charge for you as student members. Some of them have a fee, so just be careful. Just choose the ones that are free of charge at first, but I wanted to show you everything that's out there. And I've grouped these into 4 different categories. So if you look at technology and analytics on the left, this is an area where a lot of our members want to make sure they are upskilling. We're using that word sometimes. It just means, they're acquiring new knowledge and skills in an emerging area. So we have a blockchain introductory course. Cybersecurity, the finance team is often expected to understand the risks and different strategies for managing cybersecurity. Data analytics and visualization, we offer 2 different courses there. The first one is free of charge to you, that foundational certificate, and you actually receive a digital badge when you complete that course. That's something nice that you can put on your LinkedIn profile. It's something that employers will see, and they'll see, oh, wow, that person has completed a program in data analytics and visualization. Very much an in-demand skill set right now. Our PA series, that's our robotic process automation series. And that also gives a digital badge. So when you complete that, you have another digital badge to put on your profile. And again, employers and peers will see this as they look at your LinkedIn profile. We have the financial planning and analysis certificate. That one does have a cost associated with it, but I wanted to show that to you. Up in the upper right, we have soft skills. When we say soft skills, that includes things like communication skills, leadership skills, ethics courses. So you see a lot of different courses there. Those are all free of charge, and those are all just 1 hour in length. So you can finish them pretty quickly. And you do receive a completion certificate when you take those courses. So I encourage you to maybe start with a soft skills course just to get used to, how the courses work. And actually, I know that for most of you, English is not your first language. These courses are in English. A soft skills course might be a good place to start because it gets you back, used to hearing English, business English. So it can really help you with your business English as well. And then down in the lower right corner, you see some other topics. Agile and Scrum are different project management tools that have been used a lot on the IT or information technology side of the business. The finance team, I'm hearing a lot about the Agile finance organization. So good skill set to acquire there. And then IMA is a founding member of COSO. So we have content on enterprise risk management and also internal controls. And there are some US GAAP versus IFRS courses. So a lot of things for you to choose from here. I encourage you to just play around. I'm going to show you how to look for courses. I'm going to show you how to load courses to your account and how to launch courses. So there are a lot of them out there. I did want to call attention to the ones that I have highlighted here. I would say that these are really good places to start. I mean, first, I think you should take a soft skills course, maybe just on communications or presentation skills, or leadership foundations, just to get started. Once you get there through that and you're comfortable, I recommend these 3 courses. Now, the Data Analytics and Visualization Foundational Certificate, that is a little bit of a longer course. It takes 9 hours in total. So you start it, maybe do an hour, you can put a bookmark in, come back to it, and over time complete it. It has people speaking to you, it has slideshows. It also follows a real world case with data so that you can actually create visualizations from the data. It's a really good course. And our PA series, a lot of companies are using robotic process automation. It's basically just automating repetitive tasks. Like somebody used to write out, for example, a journal entry to record, let's say, depreciation. There's a way to use technology to automate that journal entry. That's a very simple example, but you understand what I mean. This course will explain the overall strategy, why you want to do RPA, and how you would get started. It does not get into specific software tools, but you'd feel very comfortable after completing this course going and trying out some software tools. And then I love to point people in the direction of the storytelling skills course. This is something we're hearing a lot about for the accounting and finance function, because you're not expected to just create reports and hand them off to people and say, here's the report. You're expected to create the report, analyze it and say, well, we're performing lower this month and it's because of this. And this is what's causing that. And you're expected to work as a business partner with other parts of the business. And so storytelling skills can really help you to understand how to communicate financial information in a way that others in the organization will understand. So there's your overview of the courses, some that I recommend, but really it's up to you what you want to take from IMA. We also offer webinars, as I mentioned earlier. I wanted to just provide you with an example of some titles of webinars you might see. But again, there were 4 to 6 offered each month. I'm going to show you how to access the webinar schedule on our website. It mentions provides NASBA CPE. That just means that the credit that you get in the completion certificate when you attend a webinar and you answer the questions during the webinar, most certification bodies will accept this type of completion certificate because IMA has a license for this NASBA, and we have to follow very strict requirements in order to give those completion certificates. So these are very high quality courses, both in the content, but also in the way they're delivered and the way we provide the credit to you. So you see topics here, essential team skills, that would fall under the soft skills category. But you also see a lot of things about technology, RPA, again, that robotic process automation, innovation, data analytics, becoming data driven, digital transformation. These are really important topics. And these 1-hour webinars can really help you to make sure you understand current topics and what's happening in the profession. And we also have a podcast series that started just, I think, about 2 years ago, 2-3 years ago. And we have over 150 sessions. They're all about 12 minutes to 20 minutes in length. And you're hearing from industry experts. We have a lot of CFOs and CEOs who've taken time to share their strategy on leadership, on implementing technology, on different things that they've experienced, and they're sharing that through their podcast. So I encourage you to, you can download the podcast from any of your podcast sources, and it's IMA Count Me In podcast. As a member, you're also going to receive our Strategic Finance magazine once a month in the mail. You can also access it online, and IMA creates a lot of other reports and on best practices, on emerging trends and technologies. So you see on the left, we're really starting to focus a lot on sustainability and sustainable business management. On the right, you see the big data, the data analytics, again, really hot topics for accounting and finance professionals. So you have so many resources here to help build your understanding of real world issues, real world challenges, And this can all help to add to your education as you go through your program at FIPE-CAFI to enhance your understanding of things in these different topical areas. I also wanted to mention that IMA is very committed to ethics. We have on our website what we call our Ethics Center, and that's where you can find all of our resources related to ethics. We have a statement on ethical professional practice that can be found there. It sets expectations for how we feel our members and certified members should be behaving, should be acting in the business world. And that's actually tested on our certification exam as well. We have an ethics helpline for people to call anonymously. Let's say you are faced with an ethical dilemma at work, you need somebody to talk to. We have a toll-free ethics helpline. So I did also want to introduce to you the CMA exam. This is not something that you have been signed up for. You have IMA membership right now, but this is something that you could consider. The CMA exam, again, Certified Management Accountant. It is a globally recognized credential. It's not just for the US or just for North America. We have issued over 100,000 CMAs. And this year, the CMA is celebrating its 50th anniversary. So we're very excited to reach that milestone. And we have CMAs located in over 100 countries around the world, including some in Brazil. And if this is something that you're interested in, I can certainly get you more information, but I just wanted to show you, it is a 2-part exam. You focus on one part at a time. You can start with either part 1 or part 2, but it really is an accounting and financial management certification. If you look at part 1, the first section is really your financial accounting, and then you go into planning, budgeting, and forecasting, performance management, cost management. I'm sure you're studying a lot of these topics in your courses at FIPE-CAFI. So it's best practices and internal controls, technology analytics. And then on the right, a little bit more finance in part 2, financial statement analysis, corporate finance, decision analysis. So supporting business decisions with data, risk management, investment decisions, professional ethics. These exams are 4 hours in length, and they're administered. You can either take them at Prometric testing centers, and there is a testing center in Sao Paulo, but we now offer an option to take the exam at home. So either one is fine. So these exams are 4 hours in length. They have both multiple choice as well as some essay response questions. These are challenging exams. The pass rate is around 55% or so for the Americas. And so these are exams that you have to study quite a bit for. So you don't just say, oh yeah, sign me up. You really look into it and make sure that you are prepared to take on the commitment that's required. But I did want to let you know that as students, you are eligible to be nominated for a CMA scholarship. The CMA scholarship is something that IMA makes available to every university in the world. Up to 10 students at every university can be nominated for the CMA scholarship each year. And you do have to be nominated by a faculty member, so Professor Anson could do that. And you can be in a bachelor's degree or a master's degree program. And it includes everything you need to be successful on the CMA exam to earn it at no cost. And it has about a $2,000 US dollar value. It includes 3 years of membership with IMA. It includes, which is that's what you already have, right? But you would get that extended then. It provides an entrance into the CMA program, and it covers both of your exams, one sitting for part 1, one sitting for part 2, and you also get study materials. So I'd love to see a group of students at FIPE-CAFI say, yes, we want to earn the CMA, use this scholarship, maybe even put together a study group and earn the CMA. I earned it early in my career. I think it has helped me throughout my career. It really helps me to, it helps me to really take what I learned in my university courses and understand how to apply them to the real world, how to think more strategically. And having a globally recognized certification can really help you as you're looking for jobs and moving throughout your career as well. It differentiates you. If two people are two people with the same credentials, same education, same number of years of experience are applying for the same job, and one person has a certification, that's a differentiator in the when it gets to hiring somebody. So your memberships have been activated. Some of you may have already logged in. I hope you have and explored a little bit, but if you haven't, I do want to show you how to access courses, webinars, and more. So let's do a quick online demo. I'm going to exit out of here. I'm going to go to the internet, and you should all be able to see my screen right now. I am on the IMA website. I'm at imanet.org. Let me see if can you see that? imanet.org. And you may want to bookmark that so that you can come back to that. You have it regularly up there in one of your bookmarks. So I'm not logged in. I can see up in the upper right-hand corner, member login. So I'm going to click on member login. Now, remember, my membership has been established for many years. My username here just happens to be my member number. For all of you, the first time you log in, you're going to put your email address in the username field. So you're going to put in the email address that was provided to IMA for your membership. Now, later you can change it by selecting change username. But for me, it used to be your member number. I just kept it as my member number. But you can leave it as your email, whatever you want. But the first time you log in, you have to use your email as your username, okay? So you're going to type in, whatever it is at something.com or .edu. And then the very first time you log in, you're going to click on forgot password, okay? So you do not have a password the first time you log in. All you have is a username, and you're going to click on forgot password. It will then send a password reset message to your email, and you will reset your password and be ready to have it set up to work going forward. Now I'm going to click sign in here. Okay, so I am now signed in, and the reason I can tell that is up here it says my IMA, so that's personal, it's mine. It also says welcome Lisa Bowden and my IMA dashboard and my profile, my certifications, my courses. So this is like a little dashboard here. Keep in mind, just like with other websites, there might be more than one way to do something. Like I could go to my IMA, or I could go to my IMA dashboard. If I need to change my email address or my mailing address, I can change it in my profile. My certifications show up there. And then the courses that I'm currently focusing on are in my courses. Let me show you first, though, the IMA course catalog. It's under Education Center Course Catalog. I'm going to click on this. And what's going to happen is that 4 pages, you can see this here, 4 pages of courses are going to show up here. And what I'm going to see, many of them are free of charge here. So this Agile and Scrum, the series is actually these 2 courses combined. And if that's something I want to take, I'm going to click on Add to Cart. I don't have to pay anything for it, but you do have to claim it, almost like you're purchasing it at 0 cost, though, because then it's going to be moved into your section that's called My Courses. I wanted to show you 2 on page, I think it's 3 or maybe 2. So the IMA Data Analytics and Visualization Fundamental Certificate right here. You are all student members. I am actually a professional member. I'm not a student member. For professional members, this course has a fee of $179 US. For student members, your member price here will say 0. So this is a course that you can select, 0 cost, add it to my cart, and then you will check out. You should only choose courses that have 0 cost when you add them to your cart, because Fipe Cafe is not paying for any other courses. There are a lot of courses that you can take that are free, but I just wanted to show you. It shows $179 for me. That's because I am a professional member, not a student member. The same thing applies. I want to show you the IMA. Oops, it's not the right page. Let's see, some things have changed here. IMA's RPA series. Again, it's free for students, but it shows a price for me. But this is something I could go and add to my cart. And same with, let's say you want to start with listening skills or leadership foundations for management accounting. Just go add it to your cart. You go through a few steps, just as if you're checking out at an online store, and then it will be loaded to your account once you've gone through that. And I'm going to show you how to see that. I'm going to go to my IMA now. So here you see, again, it's welcoming me. So I know that I'm signed in. My profile, I could go in there again, change my address, my email address, things like that. This shows my certifications that I hold. I've earned the CMA and then also the CSCA from IMA. That's a credential, a certification for people who already earn the CMA. So you earn CMA first. And then CSCA is certified in strategy and competitive analysis. So very interesting certification. But where I want to look is at my courses and transcripts. So I want to look at my courses. Now, let's say I had just gone in and loaded a course from the course catalog. It would now be showing up in my courses. So I'm going to open up my courses. Remember, I've had my account for many years, so I have quite a few courses in here. For you, you'll have 0 here at first. You do need to go to the Learning Center, the course catalog first, and load courses over here. But you can see that I've loaded the IMA Data Analytics and Visualization Fundamentals Certificate. It's in progress still. I have it until, remember, we use the date a little differently. This is December 6th, 2022. I have Communicating in the 21st Century, Embracing Change. If I want to take any of these courses, I just click on Launch and the course will start. I can also stop and bookmark it along the way and come back to it. When I hit launch the next time, it'll start where I left off. So these are my courses. This is how I would launch them. You can load a whole bunch of different courses in here that you're interested in. Don't worry if you start something and say, oh, I'm not going to finish that one. I'm going to try this one instead. That's perfectly fine. I also want to show you my transcript. So this is when you complete a course. You can see I completed the Blockchain 101 course. You can see my grade, 80%, and you can see I received 1 credit for it, and the subject was information technology. If I want to see my certificate, I also have a completion certificate for that course if I needed to show that to anybody. Let me see. Oh, no, I didn't realize that I completely logged out. Hold on a second. But I was just going back. Okay. Oh, and now I'm not logged in. Okay. Just a second. I'm going to log back in. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay. So I'm back and I can go back to I could go to my courses this time. Remember I said there are different ways to get to the same thing. So I showed you my transcripts with my blockchain and then badges. I don't have any badges, but if you complete the RPA series or the data analytics and visualization course, you will earn a digital badge. It'll show up here, but where you really want it to show up is on your LinkedIn profile, right? So that's how you load courses. And then I also wanted to show you our webinars. Again, under Education Center, if you look at webinars, this will show you a schedule of upcoming webinars. So we have today's must-have skills for tomorrow's growth, how analytics leaders can use storytelling in analytics strategy. So there you see the analytics and storytelling coming up a lot. The CFO's guide to ever-growing data sets, again, related to big data, data analytics. We've already had several webinars this month, and IMA has its big conference next week. So this is a little bit lighter schedule than normal. Usually you see about 4 to 6 out there in the next month. You'll also receive emails telling you about these webinars, but if you want to go, you can just come out and register. This says register because I am now logged in as Lisa Bowden. It recognizes me as a member. I can register. If you are not logged in, it's going to say log in or join IMA. So it's important that you do log in up here so that you can access all of the resources. So those are the webinars. And then I just wanted to show you very quickly this career driver assessment tool. There is a little video here that explains what it does, but this is the tool I was telling you about that can help you to create a customized professional development plan that spans over multiple years. So you want to spend about an hour doing this, and it's free of charge. The first thing you want to do is do a self-assessment. You know, it will ask you questions about how good you are at, say, budgeting, at forecasting, and different skills. And then it will ask, you know, where do you want to be in 5 or 10 years? And then it creates that customized plan to help you advance to, you know, and follow a path to develop yourself, to acquire the different skills, you know, in leadership, in technology, in accounting and finance, in FP&A, whatever it is that you want to do. So I encourage you to give this a try. Again, it probably takes about an hour, and you just click on drive right there. So you're driving your career. So that was what I wanted to show you on the website. I do encourage you to, you know, look at just click around, check out the CMA, different information about it there. But I'm going to go back to the demo, the PowerPoint rather, and I'll just leave it in this format. I was just going to close by telling you, you know, that IMA has many corporate partners all around the world. I have a list of logos here. You'll see many very well recognized companies. Of course, what we've included here are big brands and logos that many of you are probably familiar with. They're in all different types of industries, from manufacturing and food production and technology and healthcare, oil and gas, snack foods, electronics. What else do I have here? We also have people who are CMAs working at United Nations in different types of nonprofit organizations, at universities, and more. What we've included here are brands that you might recognize, but we also have CMAs at small companies, medium-sized companies, like I said, nonprofits, educational institutions, government entities, because that skill set that the IMA member is working to improve upon, the budgeting, the forecasting, the costing, the internal controls, those are relevant at any type of company, regardless of size and regardless of industry. So I'm really pleased that you've all signed up for IMA membership, that you want to invest time to improve your business understanding, your finance and accounting skills, your business English, and to connect with like-minded, so similar professionals all around the world who belong to IMA. So I just put a simple slide here about next steps. What should you do next? Make sure you can log into your IMA account. If you cannot log in, you need to contact me and let me know, and I will work to make sure that that's fixed. Explore the website, look through the webinar schedule, look at the courses, load courses, identify a few courses in the course catalog that you're interested in taking, and load those to your account so that they show up in the My Courses section. And then you do have 1 year of membership to IMA, and you know, you can complete as many courses and attend as many IMA webinars as you want. You can, you know, just keep looking for new courses and different webinars that are coming up. I encourage you to give that career driver, you know, put some time into working through that. It might get you thinking about your career goals and what you'd like to do in the future. And again, here is my contact information, and I'm glad to answer any questions you may have. I'm going to look at the chat now just to see.
So thank you, Lisa, very much for sharing the platform and also your experience with us today. Let's see if we have some questions here.
Amanda, so I can sort of understand what she's saying. Amanda, are you logged in and you're seeing that the data analytics course is $179?
Yeah.
That shouldn't happen. Hold on just a second.
I don't know if there is a problem with my login. I don't know.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have the same doubt because in my login appears the same that the colleague mentioned in the chat, you know. It's not zero the cost. It's the cost for 179 for some courses, and there are others that are other prices, you know.
Yeah, and you are logged in.
Yes, I am.
You are logged in, because if you weren't logged in, it would show just the 179. Okay, I'm gonna have to, that shouldn't be happening. Thank you for letting me know. Everybody's the same, and you guys are logged in, right? So when you're, hang on just a second. So when you're looking, you see my IMA and you see your name, right? And then you go to course catalog and it shows a price there.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Let me look into that. And because I could understand if you were not logged in, but when you're logged in and I just looked up Amanda, and you are in as a student member, Amanda, and as a student, because I was thinking maybe they didn't put you in as student, but they did. Let me find out what that is, Luciana, and I'll get back to you, okay?
Yes, Lisa can email me and then we
Yeah,
give you
because that
the
should be,
feedback, okay?
that should be free of charge, and that is a very popular course. A lot of people want to take that.
Any other questions? Se alguém quiser
Só
perguntar em português.
confirmando, ô, Luciana, só confirmando aqui que eu me distraí um pouco. Então, essa questão dos custos, ela vai verificar e retornar para a gente.
Isso. Ela
Tá,
vai verificar,
obrigada.
ela responde para mim e retorna para vocês.
Ok, obrigada.
Tá bom?
Luciana, boa noite.
Sugerir...
Boa noite.
Só uma dúvida, desculpa interromper. Eu vi que tem umas opções, uns simulados já para os CMAs. Isso vai ficar liberado para a gente, se a gente quiser fazer lá no ambiente? Como é que funciona? Porque eu recebi até por e-mail, né?
Simulados dentro da plataforma?
Eu recebi, na verdade, um e-mail com um link indicando assim, você tem a possibilidade da certificação do CMA. E veio o anexo um simulado, entendeu? Isso é normal, a gente vai ficar recebendo, a gente pode usar, é frequente, a gente tem como consultar quando a gente quiser também, só uma dúvida. Eu não sei se todo mundo recebeu também, eu posso encaminhar para você, se você deixar o e-mail que eu recebi, para você dar uma olhadinha.
Eu vou deixar o meu e-mail.
Luciano, o que eu queria sugerir é que a gente centralizasse na GraceN toda essa comunicação. Algumas coisas ela já vai poder resolver com eles, outras ela filtra para você.
Sim. Grace, você deixa, acho que é melhor. Grace, você deixa seu e-mail no chat, por favor.
Luciana, I don't know what the question was, but
yes, something... they were asking about, it's like a simulated exam they received about CMA, and they were asking if they will have access, they can do the simulation and take the simulated exam. I don't know exactly what it is, so they are sending it to me. Maybe I can share. Okay. Yes, okay. Maybe I can share with you because I don't know exactly what it is. So
okay.
Maybe.
Oh, Jesus is asking. Did you say Jesus or Jesus?
Jesus here.
Jesus, okay.
Yeah. Just understand because if there is any difference among.
Oh, yes, there's a difference. Yes, there is a difference. That's a very good question. So CMA is our certification, Certified Management Accountant, and CPA is different. It is for public accountants, and I'm actually going to show you. I think it's going to be really good if I can show you a slide here. Hold on just a second. Let me share my screen again. Can you see that, Jesus?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a slide we show students a lot who are asking about professional certifications. So on the left here, you see management accounting, and then on the right, you see public accounting, okay? So I've been telling you about CMA, that's on the left side. The CMAs are working, if you can imagine, in a company under a CFO of a company. So when I worked at IBM and Ford Motor Company, I worked somewhere on way below the CFO, right? But the CFO was in charge of all of accounting and finance. Those are all mostly management accountants. They are focusing on their internal to the company. They work for the company. So they're focusing on things that are happening inside of the company. How are we performing? What's driving business, and creating different types of new programs and reports. And they're creating value for the company. How do we grow the business? How do we support the growth of the business? How do we support the strategy? And the CMA, what's tested on there, what I was showing you, is really aligned with what that internal accounting and finance professional is focused on. They're focused on the future, growing the business, supporting strategy. The CMA is also a global professional certification. The CPA is different. We do have people who are CPAs and CMAs because together it can be very valuable. I do not have a CPA, though. I never wanted to work in audit or tax, and I didn't work in public accounting. So you don't have to have a CPA, but we do have people who have both. So a public accounting is when you're working for a firm, you're servicing clients, you're usually focused on compliance. You're focusing on usually auditing companies. You're helping with taxes. So it's very much compliance. Did we follow the rules? And the relevant certification in the US is the CPA, Certified Public Accountant. There are different public accounting certifications around the world. And I know you have some by CFC and CRC Sao Paulo, but it is really focused on compliance. In the US, the CPA is given by a state. So you become certified as a CPA with a license in the state of Florida or Texas or New York or California. The CMA is global though. And also you're usually focusing on what has already happened, and the CMA is trying to drive strategy forward. So those are the main differences, Jesus. It's internal versus external. Where is the professional, inside the organization or outside? Focusing on compliance or helping to grow the business, focusing on growing the business, and then global versus a state license.
Thank you, Lisa. It's clear for me.
Okay, great. Any other questions?
I'd just like to say that I'm thankful for this explanation. I didn't know about this kind of certifications and the differences between them. So I think it was very good for me.
Well, thank you for attending, Nayani. I know for me, it helps to be able to see what's out there. It's one thing to say, oh, go log in, but it's another to actually see. And I'm not sure what's happening with the course not being free, but I will look into that right away and get back to Luciana and let her know once that is fixed.
Thank you very much.
And Luciana, if you can let me know what the question is about the simulation.
Yes, I will.
I'll look into that as well.
I'll send to you. Okay.
Okay.
So, any other question? So I would like to thank you, Lisa, again for everything and for joining us today. And I encourage you all to enjoy the membership, take the courses, and experience everything that IMA membership provides. We really believe at FIPECAFI that is a differential for your career. So enjoy it. And if you have any questions, I'm able to help you. And also Graciane, we are here to help. And if it's necessary, we can share our questions with Lisa, and Shirley will help us too. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Pascal.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, Luciana. Bye, everybody.